In today's headlines, activities in celebration of the 77th August Revolution and the National Day in Cần Thơ City. Bình Thủy Urban District's defensive zone exercise in 2022 ended. Cần Thơ City's Culture, Sports and Tourism Department and Vietnam Volleyball Federation jointly held the closing of the 4x4 National Volleyball Championship 2022. Hello and very warm welcome to another edition of Continuous and Top News today. In celebration of the 77th August Revolution and National Day September 2nd, on August 31st morning, the delegations of the military headquarters, Cần Thơ City's National Assembly, leaders of the Party Committee, People's Council, People's Committee, Vietnam Fatherland Front Committee of Cần Thơ City, central offices, headquarters in the city, department centers, leaders of urban and suburban districts and people organized the ceremony to pay tribute at the city's war martyrs, cemetery and alcohol statue. In a solemn atmosphere, delegates set aside 1 minute of silence to commemorate heroes and war martyrs who have bravely sacrificed for national independence, and then delegates paid floral and incense tribute to graves of war martyrs at the city's war martyrs cemetery. At alcohol statue in Ninh Kiều Ký, delegates respectfully paid the floral tribute entitled Forever Remembering Great President Ho Chi Minh's contribution to our cause, with them to show respect and endless gratitude towards alcohol's enormous service rendered for the nation. Also on August 31st morning, the Party Committee, People's Council, People's Committee, Vietnam Fatherland Front Committee of Cần Thơ City solemnly held the gathering in celebration of the 77th August Revolution and the National Day of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam. Coming to attend were Party Central Member Secretary of Cần Thơ City Party Committee, Head of the National Assembly Delegation Lê Quang Mạnh, former Party Central Members, revolutionary veterans through various periods, Vice Secretary Phạm Văn Hiểu, Chairman Trần Việt Trường, heroic Vietnamese mothers, heroes of forces, leaders of urban and suburban districts, and a majority of soldiers of the armed force. In the exciting atmosphere of the traditional gathering, Vice Secretary Chairman Trần Việt Trường delivered a speech that recalled the nation's heroic traditions in the August Revolution in 1945. Promoting the heroic traditions, the Party Committee, authority and people of Cần Thơ City always make efforts to build a more and more civilized modern city to deserve the capital of the Western land. On this occasion, the Permanent Board of Cần Thơ City Party Committee presented the 45, 50 and 55 party membership badges to 6 senior party members. This year's National Day holidays have 4-day break. Commandant centers in the city have proactively mapped out measures to ensure traffic safety and order security. Specifically, the Police Department for Administrative Management of Social Order under Cần Thơ City's Public Security arranged 100% of its forces to be on duty around the clock to receive and deal with dues on social order. Safety assurance plans were also deployed at restaurants, hotels, business units. In the meantime, criminal suppression plans were also outlined to ensure political security, social order, and create safety for people. Into the news, on August 31st morning, Bình Thủy Urban District's defensive exercise in 2022 completed the final task. Attending the exercise were leaders of the Party Committee, People's Council, Vietnam Fatherland Front Committee, and members of the Student Board department centers of the city. The defensive zone exercise in Bình Thủy Urban District in 2022 has been finished with 3 stages. The exercise confirmed the leading and managing competence of party committees, authorities at all levels in building defensive zones, organizing skills and battle readiness of local armed forces. It also has improved the awareness of the people's defense security, actively preventing and ruining sabotage plots of hostile forces. On this occasion, representatives of the City Party Committee, People's Council, People's Committees of the City and Bình Thủy Urban District presented gifts, encouraged participating units for the spirit of overcoming difficulties. itinerant works carried out by the youth in various areas, with the participation of over 132,000 youth union members and students as the results recorded by schools in the city in 2021-2022 school year. Promoting recorded results, many new activities were mapped out at the conference to review tasks and movements of the youth union at schools in the last school year, organized by Cần Thơ City Youth Union on August 30th afternoon. In the last school year, the youth union and schools in Cần Thơ City will carry out propaganda and education tasks. Regarding voluntary activities, the youth union will organize support programs during the exam season, establish teams to be in charge of diverting traffic and distributing goods, essentials, and many other activities. The creative youth movement was demonstrated in the COVID-19 control task. In 2022-2023 academic year, Cần Thơ City Youth Union focuses on publicizing the resolution of the 12th National Youth Union Congress, effectively implementing the action program. On August 31st morning, the Youth Union of the Business Block of Cần Thơ City organized to review the first phase of the 11th 60-day saving campaign for needy children in 2022 and present scholarships for Youth Union members and workers within the Youth Union of the block. 60 days after launching, the campaign has attracted 28 subordinated units of the Youth Union of the block to join in raising saving pigs. More than 166 million Việt Nam đồng were supported. Of the figure, the Youth Union of Vietcombank supported the most sum with over 48 million Việt Nam đồng. This is the clever mass mobilization model that has been implemented since 2012 and maintained. More than 700 million Việt Nam đồng have so far been contributed with the aim to offer support, take care of needy students inside and outside the Youth Union of the block. On this occasion, the Youth Union of the Business Block presented 30 scholarships to primary and junior secondary students with a total sum of over 16 million Việt Nam đồng. The remaining sum will be used to present to 7 students with particularly difficult background on the occasion of the new school year as well as Mid-Autumn Festival for Kids. On August 31st, Cần Thơ City's Culture, Sports and Tourism Department and Vietnam Volleyball Federation jointly held the closing of the 4x4 National Volleyball Championship 2022. 40 female and male players from 12 sports schools of Cần Thơ, Hải Phòng, Đà Nẵng, Savines, Khánh Hòa, Phú Yên, Hồ Chí Minh City, Army Corps No. 4, Bà Rịa Vũng Tàu, Kiên Giang, Sóc Trăng, Bến Tre, Đà Nẵng, National Sports Training Center joined the competition in the 4x4 men and women's volleyball. And in the tournament, the men's and women's volleyball teams of Savines Khánh Hòa won the championship after beating the men's volleyball team of the Military Corps and the women's team of Ho Chi Minh City at the same 2-1 draw. Earlier at the 2x2 young volleyball tournament for the age groups of 18 and 21, the women's team of Cần Thơ City excellently won 2 gold and 1 silver medals. The tournament is within a series of national champion systems with the aim to create conditions for competitors to meet, exchange, learn experiences, improve professional skills, boost the development of the beach volleyball movement of Cần Thơ City and the nation as a whole. And last but not least, we have the updated weather forecast. The updated weather forecast also wrapped up this edition of Continues. If you want to watch again in this bulletin, please log on to our website, kênh TV.vn. And now thanks for being with us. Goodbye and see you next time.